Success isn't a matter of chance. It's a matter of choice. And the choices you make every single day determine the life you live. If you've ever wondered why some people seem to be winning while others are stuck in the same place, the answer lies in their daily habits. The truth is, success doesn't come from doing big things once in a while. It comes from consistently doing the right things every day. In this video, I'm going to show you the 10 things you must work on yourself daily if you want to unlock your true potential and start winning in life. These small shifts will help you build the mindset, habits, and energy to achieve things you never thought possible. Stay with me. By the end of this video, you'll have the exact formula for taking your life to the next level. Let's make it happen. Number 1, improve your attitude every single day. Improving your attitude every single day is one of the most powerful things you can do for your life. It shapes the way you see the world, how you handle challenges, and how you interact with people. Most people don't realize that their attitude is the one thing they have complete control over. You can't always control what happens around you, but you can control how you respond. And that response determines whether you grow or stay stuck, whether you win or lose. If you wake up every day feeling negative, complaining about your situation, blaming others for your problems, you will never move forward. Your mind will always find reasons to stay where you are. But if you wake up with a mindset that says, today, I will make progress. Today, I will find a way. Today, I will focus on what I can do instead of what I can't. Everything changes. Your attitude determines your actions, and your actions determine your results. You see, success is not about luck. It's not about talent alone. It's about your daily habits, your decisions, and most importantly, your attitude. Because your attitude will decide whether you take action or make excuses. It will decide whether you push forward or give up. And the truth is, most people lose because they have the wrong attitude. They expect life to be easy, and when it's not, they break. They expect success to come quickly, and when it doesn't, they quit. But winners, people who achieve their goals, people who create the life they want, they build an attitude that keeps them moving forward no matter what. So how do you improve your attitude every single day? First, start by taking full responsibility for your life. No more blaming, no more excuses. If something is wrong, fix it. If something is missing, go find it. If you want more, go get it. Stop waiting for things to change and start changing yourself. Second, protect your mind from negativity. Your attitude is shaped by what you feed your mind. If you surround yourself with negative people, if you spend your time complaining, watching the news, scrolling through social media, filling your mind with useless distractions, guess what? Your attitude will reflect that. But if you start your day with something positive, if you read books that inspire you, if you listen to people who push you to be better, if you focus on solutions instead of problems, your attitude will become stronger every day. Third, practice gratitude. Most people focus on what they don't have, and that makes them miserable. But winners focus on what they do have and use it to build something greater. If you wake up every day and say, I have another chance to improve. I have people who support me. I have the ability to learn and grow. Your whole perspective changes. Gratitude shifts your mind from lack to abundance. And when you feel abundant, you act differently. Fourth, set clear goals and remind yourself of them daily. Without a target, you will drift. Without direction, you will waste time. And when you waste time, you feel frustrated. But when you know exactly what you want, when you wake up every day with a clear purpose, your attitude stays sharp. You stay focused, you stay motivated, and you keep moving forward no matter what obstacles come your way. Fifth, develop the habit of self-discipline. Attitude is not just about feeling good. It's about doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. Most people let their emotions control their actions. If they don't feel motivated, they do nothing. But the people who win in life, they understand that motivation comes and goes, but discipline stays. If you say you're going to do something, do it. If you set a goal, commit to it. When you build the habit of following through, your confidence grows. And when your confidence grows, your attitude improves. 6, stop comparing yourself to others. One of the biggest attitude killers is looking at other people and thinking they have it better than you. Social media has made this worse. People scroll through pictures of others traveling, buying new things, living a lifestyle they want, And instead of feeling inspired, they feel jealous. They feel like they're behind. But here's the truth. Everyone is on their own journey. The only person you need to compete with is yourself. Focus on being better than you were yesterday. Focus on your progress, your growth, your results. That's how you build an attitude that keeps you winning. Seventh, learn to handle setbacks with strength. There will be days when things don't go your way. There will be times when you fail, when people disappoint you, when life throws challenges at you. But how you respond to those moments defines your success. Most people let one failure destroy their confidence. They let one setback ruin their motivation. But winners see setbacks as lessons. They learn, they adjust, and they come back stronger. Your attitude should always be, no matter what happens, I will find a way. When you think like that, nothing can stop you. Eighth, take care of your health. Your physical state affects your mental state. If you don't eat well, if you don't exercise, if you don't get enough rest, your energy will be low, and your attitude will suffer. A strong body leads to a strong mind. Move your body, fuel yourself with the right foods, get enough sleep, and watch how your attitude shifts. Ninth, surround yourself with winners. Your environment shapes your attitude more than you think. If you are around people who complain, who make excuses, who don't push themselves, you will start to think the same way. But if you spend time with people who challenge you, who inspire you, who hold you to a higher standard, your attitude will improve naturally. Choose your circle wisely, because it will determine your mindset. And finally, take action every single day. A good attitude means nothing if you don't back it up with action. Thinking positive is not enough. You have to move. You have to execute. You have to do the work. When you take action, even small steps, you build momentum. And momentum is what keeps you winning. So if you want to improve your attitude every single day, take full responsibility for your life. Feed your mind with the right information. Practice gratitude. Set clear goals. Build self-discipline. Stop comparing yourself to others. Learn from setbacks. Take care of your health. Surround yourself with the right people. And most importantly, take action. Success is not a mystery. It's a result of the small decisions you make every single day. And your attitude is the foundation of those decisions. If you wake up every day determined to get better, if you refuse to let negativity control your mind, if you push forward no matter what, you will win. Not just once, but over and over again. Because winners are not born, they are made. And they are made by the attitude they choose to have every single day. Number 2, develop self-discipline through consistent practice. Self-discipline is the foundation of success. It is the ability to do what needs to be done, whether you feel like it or not. It separates those who achieve their goals from those who fall short. Without discipline, talent is wasted. Without discipline, dreams remain just dreams. If you want to create lasting success, if you want to build a life of achievement, you must master the art of self-discipline through consistent practice. Most people struggle with discipline because they rely on motivation. They wait until they feel inspired before taking action. But motivation is temporary. It comes and goes like the weather. Some days you wake up feeling ready to take on the world, and other days you don't feel like doing anything at all. If you only take action when you feel like it, you will never build consistency. Success doesn't come from what you do occasionally. It comes from what you do every single day, whether you feel like it or not. That is why discipline is the key. Discipline is a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. But just like a muscle, if you don't use it, it weakens. The problem is that most people want instant results. They expect to develop discipline overnight. But just like building strength in the gym, developing discipline takes time, effort, and repetition. The only way to strengthen it is to practice it daily, in every area of your life. One of the first steps to developing self-discipline is keeping your promises to yourself. Every time you say you are going to do something, and then don't do it, you weaken your self-trust. You train your mind to accept failure, to accept excuses. But when you follow through on your commitments, no matter how small, you build mental toughness. If you say you are going to wake up early, do it. If you say you will exercise, do it. If you say you will work on your goals, do it. Every small decision adds up, And over time, these actions shape your identity. The more you keep your word to yourself, the more disciplined you become. Another way to build self-discipline is by eliminating distractions. In today's world, distractions are everywhere. Social media, television, notifications, endless entertainment. These things steal your time and weaken your focus. Most people lack discipline because they allow themselves to be constantly distracted. If you want to gain control over your mind, you must remove the things that pull you away from your goals. Create an environment that supports your discipline. If your phone is a distraction, put it away when you are working. If social media wastes your time, set limits on how much you use it. Discipline is about control. Control over your actions. Control over your time. Control over your mind. One of the most effective ways to develop self-discipline is by creating a routine. A routine removes the need for decision-making. When you have a clear schedule, you don't waste time wondering what to do next. Your day becomes structured, your actions become automatic, and discipline becomes a habit. Successful people don't rely on willpower alone. They create systems that make discipline easier. If you want to be productive, set a time for work and stick to it. If you want to improve your health, schedule your workouts in advance. If you want to read more, set aside time every day for learning. When something is part of your routine, it becomes a non-negotiable part of your life. Self-discipline is also about delaying gratification. Most people fail because they chase short-term pleasure instead of long-term success. They choose comfort over growth. They choose entertainment over progress. They choose instant satisfaction over lasting achievement. But if you want to win, you must train yourself to delay gratification. You must be willing to sacrifice temporary comfort for future rewards. The ability to resist temptation, to stay focused on your long-term goals, is what separates high achievers from everyone else. Building self-discipline requires pushing yourself beyond your comfort zone. Growth does not happen in comfort. If you only do what feels easy, you will never get stronger. Discipline is built in the moments when you feel like giving up, but choose to keep going anyway. When you push past resistance, when you do the hard things, when you prove to yourself that you are stronger than your excuses, you build discipline that lasts. One of the best ways to strengthen discipline is by setting clear rules for yourself. If you leave room for negotiation, your mind will always find an excuse to take the easy way out. But if you set strict rules, if you make firm decisions, discipline becomes automatic. For example, instead of saying, "I will try to wake up early," say, "I will wake up at 5 a.m. every day, no matter what." Instead of saying, "I will try to eat healthy," say, "I will not eat junk food, period." When you set firm boundaries, when you remove the option to make excuses, you strengthen your willpower. Another important part of discipline is learning how to control your emotions. Most people let their emotions dictate their actions. If they don't feel like working, they procrastinate. If they feel tired, they take the day off. If they feel discouraged, they give up. But discipline is about doing what needs to be done. Regardless of how you feel, your feelings are temporary, but your actions create lasting results. Winners understand that emotions come and go, but discipline remains constant. Developing self-discipline also requires embracing discomfort. Growth is uncomfortable. Discipline is uncomfortable. But discomfort is a sign of progress. Every time you push yourself beyond your limits, every time you resist the urge to quit, every time you choose to stay focused when your mind wants to wander, you become stronger. The more you expose yourself to discomfort, the more resilient you become. One of the biggest obstacles to self-discipline is the fear of failure. Many people avoid taking action because they are afraid of making mistakes. They wait for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, the perfect conditions. But waiting is just another form of procrastination. If you want to develop discipline, you must be willing to take action, even when you don't feel ready. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of success. Every failure is a lesson. Every mistake is a stepping stone. The only real failure is quitting. Self-discipline also requires accountability. When you hold yourself accountable, when you take responsibility for your actions, you eliminate excuses. One of the best ways to stay disciplined is to have someone who holds you to a higher standard. Find a mentor, a coach, a friend, someone who pushes you to stay on track. When you know that someone is watching, you are less likely to make excuses. One of the secrets to building self-discipline is to start small. Many people fail because they try to change too much at once. They set big goals, try to overhaul their entire life overnight, and when they struggle, they give up. But discipline is built through small wins. Start with small habits. Wake up 10 minutes earlier. Exercise for just 10 minutes. Read for just 5 minutes. The key is consistency. Small actions, repeated daily, lead to massive results over time. Another crucial aspect of self-discipline is learning how to manage stress. When you are stressed, your willpower weakens, your mind seeks comfort, and that's when discipline breaks. Learn how to manage your stress through exercise, meditation, deep breathing, or taking short breaks. A calm mind is a disciplined mind. Discipline is also about making sacrifices. If you want to achieve great things, you must be willing to let go of the things that hold you back. This might mean spending less time with negative people. It might mean saying no to distractions. It might mean cutting out bad habits that drain your energy. Every successful person has made sacrifices to reach their goals. The ultimate test of self-discipline is persistence. Many people start strong, but lose motivation when progress is slow. But discipline is about showing up every day, no matter how long it takes. It's about doing the work, even when you don't see immediate results. It's about staying committed to the process, trusting that every small step is leading you closer to your goal. If you want to develop self-discipline, take control of your actions. Keep your promises to yourself. Eliminate distractions. Create a routine. Delay gratification. Push yourself beyond your comfort zone. Set clear rules. Control your emotions. Embrace discomfort. Overcome fear. Hold yourself accountable. Start small. Manage stress. Make sacrifices. Stay persistent. Discipline is the difference between success and failure. It is what separates those who reach their goals from those who stay stuck. If you build discipline through consistent practice, if you commit to doing what needs to be done every single day, you will achieve more than you ever thought possible. Number 3, enhance your communication skills with others. Communication is the foundation of every meaningful connection in life. It determines how well you express your thoughts, how effectively you connect with others, and how successful you become in your personal and professional relationships. If you master communication, you unlock opportunities, build influence, and create a lasting impact on the people around you. Every word you speak, every sentence you construct, and every expression you convey holds power. But too many people struggle with communication because they lack confidence, clarity, and the ability to articulate their thoughts effectively. If you want to be heard, respected, and remembered, you must refine your ability to communicate with precision, authenticity, and confidence. Great communicators don't just speak, they connect. They don't just express ideas, they create understanding. They don't just talk, they inspire. If you want to enhance your ability to communicate, you need to develop the habit of speaking with purpose, clarity, and impact. This is not about memorizing scripts or using fancy words. It's about being intentional with every word you say and ensuring that your message resonates with your audience. Whether you're speaking to one person or 1,000, your ability to communicate determines how people perceive you, how they respond to you, and whether they trust and respect you. The first step in becoming a great communicator is mastering the art of listening. Most people listen to respond, not to understand. They focus on what they're going to say next, rather than fully absorbing what's being said to them. But the best communicators listen with complete attention. They make the other person feel heard and valued. They observe not just words, but tone, body language, and emotion. When you truly listen, you create deeper connections, build stronger relationships, and gain insight into what people really need and want. To enhance your communication skills, you must also learn to speak with clarity. If you struggle to express your thoughts clearly, your message gets lost. If you hesitate, mumble, or overcomplicate your words, people will tune out. But when you speak with clarity, people listen. You must simplify your message, structure your thoughts, and remove unnecessary filler words that weaken your impact. Strong communicators get straight to the point without rambling or confusing their audience. They know what they want to say and deliver it with confidence. Confidence is key in communication. If you hesitate, doubt yourself, or sound uncertain, people won't take your words seriously. But when you speak with confidence, your words carry weight. Confidence doesn't mean arrogance. It means believing in what you say and delivering it with certainty. You don't need to be the loudest person in the room. You just need to speak in a way that commands attention. Your tone, posture, and eye contact all influence how people perceive you. If you appear strong and self-assured, your words will have more power. Another essential aspect of communication is emotional intelligence. Words alone don't create impact. Your ability to read and respond to emotions does. If you understand the emotions of the people you're speaking to, you can adjust your tone, approach, and message to connect with them on a deeper level. The best communicators know how to be empathetic, persuasive, and adaptable. They recognize when to be firm, when to be gentle, and when to be silent. They know that communication isn't just about what they say. It's also about how they make others feel. You must also pay attention to your body language. Communication is not just verbal, it's physical. Your posture, facial expressions, and gestures all play a role in how your message is received. If you slouch, avoid eye contact, or cross your arms, you appear closed off. But if you stand tall, maintain eye contact, and use open gestures, you project confidence and approachability. People respond to body language before they even process words. Mastering your nonverbal communication will make you a more compelling and persuasive speaker. Another powerful tool in communication is storytelling. People don't remember facts, they remember stories. A well-told story captures attention, evokes emotion, and makes your message more memorable. If you want people to listen to you and stay engaged, learn how to tell stories that illustrate your points. Stories create connection, inspire action, and help people relate to you. The best communicators use stories to bring their words to life and make their message stick. You must also develop the ability to adapt your communication style based on your audience. Speaking to a friend is different from speaking to a business leader. Addressing a crowd is different from having a one-on-one conversation. The best communicators know how to adjust their tone, vocabulary, and delivery based on who they're speaking to. They don't use the same approach for every situation. Instead, they assess the environment, the audience, and the purpose of the conversation, then tailor their communication accordingly. Another key skill is learning how to handle disagreements with grace. Communication isn't just about talking when everything is going well. It's also about staying composed when faced with conflict. Many people either shut down or become aggressive when disagreements arise. But effective communicators know how to express their point of view without hostility, and how to listen to opposing perspectives without becoming defensive. They stay calm, seek understanding, and find common ground. They turn conflicts into productive discussions rather than heated arguments. To truly master communication, you must also work on your ability to ask the right questions. The quality of your conversations is determined by the quality of your questions. Great communicators don't just share their thoughts. They ask thought-provoking questions that encourage deeper discussion. They make people feel valued by showing genuine interest in their opinions and experiences. Asking the right questions leads to better conversations, stronger relationships, and more meaningful connections. Another essential practice is eliminating bad habits in communication. Many people weaken their message by using filler words like, and you know. These words make you sound uncertain and reduce the impact of what you're saying. To improve your communication, focus on speaking with intention. Slow down, pause when necessary, and eliminate unnecessary words that dilute your message. Speak with purpose, and every word you say will have more power. You must also be mindful of how you communicate in writing. In today's world, communication isn't just verbal, it's also digital. The way you write emails, messages, and social media posts affects how people perceive you. Strong communicators know how to write clearly, concisely, and professionally. They avoid vague language, proofread their words, and ensure their message is easy to understand. Whether you're writing a simple text or an important document, your ability to communicate effectively in writing is just as important as your ability to speak. Finally, the most important thing you can do to enhance your communication skills is practice. No one becomes a great communicator overnight. It takes consistent effort, self-awareness, and a willingness to improve. Every conversation, every speech, and every interaction is an opportunity to refine your skills. The more you practice, the more confident and effective you'll become. Focus on listening, clarity, confidence, emotional intelligence, storytelling, adaptability, and handling conflict. Strengthen your nonverbal communication, ask better questions, and eliminate bad habits. Do this consistently, and you will transform the way you connect with others. When you master communication, you gain influence, earn respect, and open doors to new opportunities. Your ability to connect with people, express your ideas, and inspire action determines your success in every area of life. Every conversation is a chance to make an impact. Every word you speak has power. Use that power wisely, and you will not only enhance your communication skills, you will change the way the world responds to you. Number 4, expand your knowledge by daily learning. Every piece of information you acquire expands your perspective, sharpens your thinking, and strengthens your ability to navigate the complexities of life. If you want to elevate yourself above the ordinary, you must commit to learning every single day. This is not about passive consumption, but about actively seeking knowledge, questioning what you know, and applying new insights to improve your life. The world is evolving at an unprecedented pace, and the only way to stay ahead is to develop a relentless hunger for learning. Those who embrace continuous learning remain adaptable, insightful, and prepared for every challenge that comes their way. Your mind is your greatest asset, and what you feed it determines the quality of your life. The difference between those who succeed and those who struggle is often the information they choose to absorb. If you spend your days consuming meaningless distractions, you will stagnate. But if you dedicate time to expanding your understanding, you will position yourself for limitless growth. The human brain is designed to learn. It thrives on challenges, seeks patterns, and craves stimulation. When you make learning a daily habit, you activate your brain's potential, sharpen your cognitive abilities, and become a more capable, well-rounded individual. The most successful people in the world, leaders, innovators, and visionaries, are relentless learners. They don't rely on what they already know. They seek to improve, refine, and expand their understanding. They read books, study history, analyze trends, and absorb wisdom from those who came before them. They recognize that learning is not just about acquiring facts, but about deepening their comprehension, refining their decision-making, and expanding their ability to think critically. If you want to elevate yourself, you must adopt the same approach. Seek wisdom from every source available: books, podcasts, mentors, experiences, and even failures. Every moment holds a lesson, if you are willing to see it. Learning is not confined to formal education. Some of the most valuable lessons come from real-world experience. You learn by doing, by experimenting, and by embracing the unknown. The best way to solidify your knowledge is to put it into practice. If you read about leadership, take action by stepping into a leadership role. If you study communication, start applying those techniques in conversations. Knowledge that is not applied is wasted potential. The more you use what you learn, the deeper your understanding becomes. The greatest minds in history were not just thinkers, they were doers. They learned through trial and error, through experimentation, and through the courage to apply new ideas. One of the most powerful ways to expand your knowledge is to surround yourself with people who challenge you. If you only engage with those who think like you, your perspective remains limited. But when you expose yourself to different viewpoints, you develop a more nuanced understanding of the world. Engage in conversations that force you to think critically. Seek out mentors who have walked the path you aspire to follow. Learn from those who have failed and those who have succeeded. The more diverse your sources of knowledge, the more well-rounded and adaptable you become. Curiosity is the driving force behind lifelong learning. Those who are truly committed to expanding their knowledge ask questions, challenge assumptions, and explore new ideas without fear. They are not satisfied with surface-level understanding. They dig deeper, seeking to uncover the principles that shape reality. Every breakthrough in history has been fueled by curiosity, the desire to know more, to understand better, and to see beyond the obvious. If you cultivate a mindset of curiosity, you will never run out of things to learn. The world is an endless reservoir of knowledge waiting to be explored. To truly maximize your learning, you must develop the discipline of consistency. Learning is not something you do occasionally. It must become a daily habit. Just as physical exercise strengthens your body, intellectual exercise sharpens your mind. Commit to reading every day, even if it's just a few pages. Listen to educational content during your commute. Take notes on what you learn and reflect on how you can apply it. The cumulative effect of small daily improvements leads to extraordinary results over time. The people who achieve mastery in any field are not necessarily the most talented, but the most consistent in their pursuit of growth. One of the biggest obstacles to learning is the belief that you already know enough. The moment you think you've learned everything, you stop growing. The greatest minds remain humble, recognizing that there is always more to discover. They approach every situation with the mindset of a student, eager to gain new insights and refine their understanding. If you want to become truly knowledgeable, never allow arrogance to close your mind. Stay open, stay hungry, and always be willing to learn from anyone and anything. Learning also requires the ability to unlearn outdated or incorrect beliefs. Many people cling to old ideas simply because they are familiar, even when those ideas no longer serve them. True intellectual growth involves questioning what you think you know and being willing to change your perspective when presented with better evidence. Those who refuse to unlearn outdated concepts remain stuck in limited thinking. But those who embrace change and adaptability thrive in an ever-evolving world. Growth is not just about acquiring new knowledge, but about refining and updating what you already know. Another essential component of effective learning is critical thinking. The ability to analyze information, distinguish between truth and misinformation, and form well-reasoned conclusions is one of the most valuable skills you can develop. In a world flooded with information, not everything you encounter is accurate or valuable. You must learn to question sources, evaluate evidence, and think independently. Never accept information at face value. Instead, examine it from multiple angles, seek opposing viewpoints, and refine your understanding based on logic and reason. The strongest minds are those that think critically, not just those that consume information passively. Expanding your knowledge is not just about professional success. It enhances every aspect of your life. It improves your decision-making, strengthens your problem-solving abilities, and deepens your understanding of the world. When you commit to learning daily, you become more adaptable, more insightful, and more capable of handling whatever challenges life throws at you. You gain confidence in your ability to navigate uncertainty because you know you have the tools to acquire the knowledge you need. Learning is empowerment. It gives you the ability to shape your future, influence others, and create a life of meaning and impact. The greatest advantage of living in the modern world is access to unlimited knowledge. With a few clicks, you can learn from the greatest minds in history, access expert insights, and explore any subject imaginable. There is no excuse for ignorance when information is so readily available. But access alone is not enough. You must have the discipline to seek out knowledge intentionally. Avoid wasting time on meaningless distractions and invest in learning that adds value to your life. The choices you make about what to consume will determine the person you become. Never underestimate the power of small, consistent learning habits. One new idea, one insightful lesson, or one valuable piece of knowledge can completely shift your trajectory. Every book you read, every skill you develop, and every new perspective you gain contributes to your long-term growth. If you commit to lifelong learning, you will never plateau. You will continue to evolve, to improve, and to unlock new levels of potential. Knowledge is limitless, and so is your ability to grow. Success is not about luck. It is about preparation. The more you learn, the more prepared you are for opportunities when they arise. Those who invest in knowledge position themselves ahead of the competition. They have the insights, the awareness, and the wisdom to make the right decisions. Learning gives you an edge in every aspect of life. It sharpens your mind, strengthens your confidence, and makes you an asset in any situation. If you want to achieve greatness, commit to expanding your knowledge every day. The more you know, the more you can do. And the more you can do, the greater impact you can make in the world. A mind that is always learning is a mind that is always growing. There is no limit to what you can achieve when you dedicate yourself to continuous learning. Every day is an opportunity to expand your understanding, to refine your skills, and to become a better version of yourself. If you make learning a lifelong pursuit, you will always be evolving, always improving, and always ready to face whatever comes your way. Never stop seeking knowledge, never stop questioning, and never stop growing. Number 5. Strengthen your work ethic in all tasks. Strengthening your work ethic means showing up every day with the determination to give your best effort, regardless of the circumstances. It's about pushing past excuses, eliminating distractions, and focusing entirely on completing the task at hand with excellence. Most people do the bare minimum, settling for mediocrity. They show up just to clock in and clock out. But that's not how winners operate. High achievers don't wait to feel motivated. They train themselves to take action, even when they don't feel like it. They understand that success is built on discipline, consistency, and an unshakable commitment to improvement. You must commit to pushing yourself beyond your comfort zone every single day. The more you challenge yourself, the more you grow. Hard work isn't just about working long hours. It's about working with intensity, focus, and purpose. It's about developing the mindset that refuses to cut corners, refuses to slack off, and refuses to quit when things get tough. Every task, no matter how small, deserves your full attention and effort. The way you do one thing is the way you do everything. If you take shortcuts in small tasks, you'll take shortcuts in big tasks. If you allow yourself to be lazy in one area, that laziness will creep into everything else. Excellence is not an accident. It's a choice you make repeatedly until it becomes your default way of operating. Every day you are either strengthening your work ethic or weakening it. There is no middle ground. You are either training yourself to be disciplined, committed, and relentless, or you are training yourself to be inconsistent, distracted, and average. The moment you decide that every task, no matter how insignificant it may seem, deserves your full effort, you separate yourself from the majority. The world is filled with people who avoid hard work. They look for the easy way out. They want results without effort. They complain when things get difficult. But those who are willing to do what others refuse to do are the ones who succeed. Commit to showing up fully, regardless of the situation. Stop waiting for perfect conditions. There will never be a day when everything aligns perfectly. Real professionals don't depend on external motivation. They work whether they feel like it or not. They understand that success is built through repetition, through showing up again and again, through mastering the fundamentals, through refusing to settle for good enough. If you want to develop an unshakable work ethic, you must hold yourself to a higher standard than everyone else. That means holding yourself accountable, even when no one is watching. It means setting goals and pushing yourself to exceed them. It means refusing to tolerate laziness or mediocrity in any area of your life. It means taking full responsibility for your results. If you don't achieve your goals, don't blame anyone else. Don't make excuses. Look in the mirror and ask yourself, did I give my absolute best effort? Did I work as hard as I possibly could? If the answer is no, then fix it. If the answer is yes, then push yourself even harder. You must develop the ability to work hard even when no one is applauding you. Too many people only put in effort when they think someone is watching, when they're being rewarded, or when they feel inspired. But true discipline is doing the work when no one sees, when no one cares, when there's no immediate payoff. It's easy to show up when you're excited, but what about when the excitement wears off? That's when most people quit. That's when the disciplined separate themselves from the weak. Building a strong work ethic is not about talent. It's not about luck. It's about consistency. It's about showing up every single day, doing the hard work, and refusing to give up, even when things don't go as planned. You cannot afford to be someone who only works hard when things are easy. You cannot afford to be someone who quits when obstacles appear. You must commit to giving 100% effort, no matter what. That is the mindset that separates those who achieve greatness from those who remain stuck in mediocrity. Stop wasting time looking for shortcuts. There are no shortcuts. The only way to achieve extraordinary success is to do the work. Get comfortable with the grind. Learn to love the process. Accept that success is not a straight line. It is filled with challenges, setbacks, and failures. But none of that matters if you refuse to quit. If you are willing to work harder than everyone else, if you are willing to outlast your competition, then you will succeed. Discipline is the foundation of a strong work ethic. If you allow yourself to skip tasks, to delay important work, or to operate at half speed, you are weakening your ability to stay consistent. Every time you procrastinate, you reinforce the habit of inaction. Every time you cut corners, you train yourself to accept mediocrity. But every time you push through discomfort, every time you do the work, even when you don't feel like it, you strengthen your discipline. The stronger your discipline, the easier it becomes to stay consistent. Your work ethic must be unbreakable. You must be the kind of person who always follows through. You must develop the mindset that says, no matter how I feel, I will do what needs to be done. That is what separates high achievers from the rest of the world. The ability to control your actions, to push past discomfort, and to remain focused when others get distracted is what makes you unstoppable. Forget about motivation. Motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes. Discipline, on the other hand, is permanent. If you rely on motivation, you will always struggle to stay consistent. But if you develop discipline, you become unstoppable. Your ability to work hard must not depend on your mood. It must be something you do automatically, without negotiation. Winners don't negotiate with themselves. They don't debate whether or not to put in the effort. They just do it. If you want to strengthen your work ethic, you must take control of your habits. You must eliminate distractions, structure your day for maximum productivity, and set clear goals for yourself. You cannot afford to drift through life, hoping that things will magically improve. You must be intentional with every action. If you waste time on meaningless activities, you are weakening your ability to focus. If you surround yourself with lazy, unmotivated people, you are making it harder to stay disciplined. You must protect your environment, your time, and your energy. High achievers do not waste time on things that do not contribute to their goals. They do not engage in pointless distractions. They do not make excuses. They do not allow setbacks to break their momentum. They keep moving forward, no matter what. This is the level of commitment you must develop. You must be the kind of person who shows up every single day, who takes every task seriously, who refuses to quit when things get difficult. The world does not reward those who do the bare minimum. It rewards those who are willing to put in the effort, who are willing to go the extra mile, who refuse to settle for average. If you are willing to commit to excellence in everything you do, success becomes inevitable. It's only a matter of time. But if you allow yourself to be lazy, to procrastinate, or to work with half-hearted effort, you will remain stuck where you are. The choice is yours. You can either develop a work ethic that makes you unstoppable, or you can remain like everyone else, waiting for motivation, avoiding challenges, and settling for mediocrity. If you want success, you must commit to doing what others refuse to do. You must embrace hard work, push through discomfort, and hold yourself to the highest standard possible. The stronger your work ethic, the greater your results. The greater your results, the closer you get to achieving your biggest goals. The only way to win is to outwork everyone else. So stop waiting, stop hesitating, and start doing the work. Number 6, cultivate positive relationships with people. Building strong, meaningful relationships is one of the most powerful things you can do in life. The people you surround yourself with influence your mindset, shape your habits, and determine the level of success you achieve. Positive relationships elevate you. They push you to become better, support you through challenges, and remind you of your potential when you forget it yourself. Without the right people in your life, progress becomes an uphill battle. The weight of negativity, doubt, and discouragement can drain your energy, slow you down, and keep you stuck. But when you cultivate relationships with people who uplift, inspire, and challenge you to grow, your entire world transforms. To build positive relationships, you must first become the kind of person others want to be around. Too many people focus on what they can get from others, but they never stop to ask, what value do I bring? If you want strong connections, you must develop qualities that attract the right people: integrity, kindness, ambition, and loyalty. The energy you bring into your interactions determines the quality of relationships you build. If you bring negativity, gossip, or self-centeredness, You will only attract people who operate the same way. But if you bring authenticity, encouragement, and a genuine desire to see others win, you will build powerful relationships that stand the test of time. You must be intentional about who you allow into your life. Not everyone deserves access to your energy. Some people drain you, discourage you, or pull you into unproductive habits. You must set a higher standard. Surround yourself with those who push you forward, who challenge your perspective, who make you think bigger. Relationships should not be built on convenience. They should be built on mutual growth. If someone is not helping you grow, they are holding you back. If a relationship is filled with negativity, toxicity, or constant drama, it is robbing you of the energy you need to move forward. Communication is the foundation of all strong relationships. Without open, honest communication, misunderstandings arise, trust erodes, and connections weaken. You must develop the ability to listen deeply, to understand rather than react, and to express yourself with clarity and confidence. Too many relationships fail because people do not communicate effectively. They assume, they expect, but they never take the time to truly listen. If you want to build positive relationships, you must master the skill of communication, not just speaking, but truly listening, not just hearing words, but understanding emotions. Empathy is essential. The ability to see the world through another person's perspective, to understand their struggles, their fears, their desires. That is what creates strong connections. People do not want to be judged. They want to be understood. They do not need criticism. They need encouragement. When you learn to approach people with empathy rather than judgment, you open the door to deeper relationships. You create an environment where people feel safe, where they feel valued, where they feel heard. And when people feel heard, they open up, they trust, they connect. Loyalty is the glue that holds strong relationships together. In a world where people are quick to abandon, betray, or forget those who stood by them, loyalty is rare. If you want to build lasting relationships, you must be unwavering in your loyalty. Be the person who shows up when times are hard. Be the friend who does not disappear when someone is struggling. Too many people only stay around when it is convenient, when everything is going well, but true relationships are tested in adversity. When someone is at their lowest, when they have nothing to offer, when the world turns against them, that is when real loyalty is proven. Respect is non-negotiable. You cannot build positive relationships if you do not respect others. This means respecting their time, their opinions, their boundaries, their journey. Too many people expect respect, but never give it. They demand loyalty, but never reciprocate it. They want understanding, but refuse to offer it. If you want strong connections, you must give what you expect. Treat people with the same level of respect you desire. When you respect others, you create an environment where they respect you in return. Gratitude strengthens relationships. Too often, people take those around them for granted. They assume friends will always be there, that family will always support them, that mentors will always guide them. But relationships must be nurtured. Show appreciation. Say thank you. Acknowledge the people who contribute to your life. The fastest way to lose strong relationships is to act like they do not matter. Never make the mistake of thinking people will stick around if they do not feel valued. If someone has helped you, guided you, supported you, let them know. A simple thank you can strengthen a bond in ways you cannot imagine. Cutting out toxic relationships is just as important as building positive ones. Some people bring nothing but negativity, drama, and dysfunction. They drain your energy, lower your standards, and make you doubt yourself. You must have the courage to walk away from relationships that no longer serve you. This is not about arrogance or thinking you are better than others. It is about protecting your growth, your mindset, your future. If someone constantly disrespects you, manipulates you, or drags you into negativity, they do not deserve access to your life. You cannot grow in an environment filled with toxicity. Letting go is hard, but staying in the wrong relationships is even harder. Building positive relationships requires effort. It does not happen overnight. It takes time, commitment, and consistency. You must be willing to invest in others, to show up for them, to support them, even when there is no immediate benefit to you. Strong relationships are built on reciprocity. Give without expecting anything in return, and you will naturally attract people who do the same. Surround yourself with people who bring out the best in you. If the people around you do not challenge you, inspire you, or push you to be better, you are in the wrong circle. Seek out those who elevate your mindset, who encourage your growth, who make you believe in your potential. The right relationships can change your entire life. A single conversation with the right person can shift your perspective forever. One connection can open doors you never imagined possible. But none of that happens if you settle for relationships that do not align with your vision. You must also learn to forgive. Holding on to grudges poisons relationships. No one is perfect. People will make mistakes. They will disappoint you. They will let you down. If you hold on to resentment, you destroy your own peace. Learn to let go. Not for them, but for yourself. Forgiveness does not mean allowing toxic people to stay in your life. It means freeing yourself from the burden of anger. It means choosing growth over bitterness. It means moving forward instead of being stuck in the past. Your network determines your net worth, not just financially, but in every area of life. The people you spend the most time with shape your mindset, influence your habits, and determine the trajectory of your future. If you surround yourself with negative, uninspired people, their mindset will rub off on you. If you surround yourself with ambitious, disciplined, high-value individuals, you will naturally rise to their level. You cannot afford to take relationships lightly. Life is too short to spend time with people who drain you, discourage you, or hold you back. You must be intentional about who you build connections with. Find mentors who challenge you, friends who support you, and partners who align with your vision. The quality of your life is directly tied to the quality of your relationships. Take responsibility for the energy you bring into every interaction. Be someone who adds value, who lifts others up, who inspires those around you. If you do this consistently, you will naturally attract people who do the same. Strong relationships are built on mutual respect, trust, and shared vision. When you cultivate positive relationships, you create an environment where success, growth, and fulfillment become inevitable. Never underestimate the power of the people you surround yourself with. They will either build you up or tear you down. Choose wisely, be intentional, and always remember that the right relationships will push you toward the best version of yourself. Number 7, boost your self-confidence through achievements. It does not come from wishful thinking, empty affirmations, or waiting for the perfect moment. True self-confidence is forged through achievements, small victories, consistent effort, and tangible progress. The more you accomplish, the more you believe in your ability to achieve greater things. When you prove to yourself that you are capable, that you can set a goal and follow through, your self-image transforms. You stop doubting, you stop hesitating, and you start moving with certainty. Every achievement, no matter how small, reinforces the belief that you are competent and capable. Confidence is not a feeling that appears out of nowhere. It is something you build, step by step, through discipline and persistence. When you complete a task, when you follow through on a commitment, when you push through resistance and accomplish something meaningful, you strengthen the foundation of your self-belief. This is why action is everything. You cannot think your way into confidence. You must earn it. You must create evidence that proves to yourself that you are someone who follows through. Most people lack confidence because they have broken too many promises to themselves. They say they will do something, but they never do. They set goals, but they never follow through. Every time you tell yourself you will do something and you don't, you weaken your trust in yourself. Your mind registers the pattern. Words mean nothing because action never follows. And when this becomes a habit, self-doubt takes over. You start questioning your ability to achieve anything. But the good news is, you can reverse this. The moment you start keeping your promises to yourself, confidence begins to rebuild. It is not about achieving massive success overnight. It is about proving, day after day, that you can take action and make progress. Set small, achievable goals and crush them. When you do what you say you will do, you build trust with yourself. When you commit to a task and see it through, your confidence expands. Stop waiting for motivation. Stop overthinking. Stop making excuses. Just take action. It doesn't matter if the step is small. What matters is that you move forward. Progress fuels confidence. When you see yourself getting better, when you notice improvement, When you look back and realize you are further than you were before, your mindset shifts. You stop feeling like an imposter. You stop second guessing. You become someone who acts, who achieves, who moves forward no matter what. Confidence is not arrogance. It is not about thinking you are better than others. It is about knowing that you are capable. It is about trusting yourself enough to take risks, to pursue your goals, to step into the unknown without hesitation. Arrogance is based on empty pride. Confidence is built on real accomplishments. And those accomplishments come from effort. They come from doing the hard things, from showing up even when you don't feel like it, from pushing through discomfort and proving to yourself that you can handle whatever comes your way. Success breeds confidence, but confidence also fuels success. When you believe in yourself, you take bigger risks. You stop playing small. You stop hiding behind fear. You put yourself out there. You take action. You seize opportunities that others shy away from. But to reach this level, you must start somewhere. You must create wins for yourself. No matter how small, each win is proof that you are capable. Each achievement is another brick in the foundation of your confidence. One of the biggest mistakes people make is waiting until they feel confident before they take action. But confidence does not come first. Action does. You must act before you feel ready. You must take the leap before you feel secure. Confidence is built through experience, through repetition, through overcoming obstacles. The more you do something, the more comfortable you become. The more you push yourself beyond your comfort zone, the more resilient you become. The more you challenge yourself, the stronger your belief in yourself grows. Discipline is the key to building confidence. You must train yourself to do what needs to be done, regardless of how you feel. If you only take action when you feel good, you will never achieve anything significant. Confidence is not built in moments of comfort. It is built in moments of struggle, in moments where you push yourself to do what is necessary, even when it is difficult. The ability to persist, to keep going when things get tough, to finish what you start, that is what separates those who succeed from those who stay stuck in self-doubt. Your environment plays a crucial role in your confidence. If you are surrounded by negativity, by people who doubt you, by voices that tell you what you cannot do, your confidence will suffer. You must protect your mindset. Cut out negativity. Stop engaging with people who drain your energy and fill your mind with doubt. Instead, surround yourself with those who inspire you, who push you to be better, who reinforce the belief that you are capable of great things. Confidence is not just about what you do, it is also about what you allow into your mind. Guard it fiercely. One of the fastest ways to build confidence is to develop skills. When you become competent at something, your confidence skyrockets. Learn, practice, improve. The more skilled you become, the more confident you feel. Lack of confidence often comes from a lack of preparation. When you know you are skilled, when you know you have put in the work, you naturally feel more self-assured. This is why growth must be a lifelong commitment. Keep learning, keep evolving, keep sharpening your abilities. The better you become, the more confident you will feel in your ability to take on any challenge. Overcoming fear is a necessary step in building confidence. Fear keeps people stuck. It makes them hesitate, procrastinate, and avoid opportunities. But fear only has power if you allow it to control you. The way to break fear is through action. Do the thing you are afraid of, and fear loses its grip. Face discomfort. Embrace challenges. Step into uncertainty. The more you push past fear, the stronger your confidence becomes. Failure is not the opposite of confidence. It is a necessary part of building it. Every setback is an opportunity to learn. Every mistake is a lesson. People who lack confidence fear failure so much that they never take action. But those who build unshakable confidence see failure as feedback. They use it to grow, to improve, to get better. They do not let failure define them. They let it refine them. Confidence is built through daily habits. The way you talk to yourself, the way you carry yourself, the way you show up each day, these all contribute to your level of confidence. Speak to yourself with respect. Stand tall. Walk with purpose. Stop engaging in self-doubt and start reinforcing belief in yourself. Small habits compound over time, and the more you align your actions with the mindset of a confident person, the more you will naturally embody it. Taking care of yourself physically also impacts your confidence. Exercise, nutrition, and sleep all play a role in how you feel about yourself. When you take care of your body, when you build physical strength, when you maintain your health, you naturally feel more capable. Confidence is not just mental, it is also physical. When you feel strong, when you feel energized, when you know you are taking care of yourself, your self-belief increases. The truth is, confidence is not given. It is earned. It is built through action, through resilience, through continuous improvement. It is not something you wait for. It is something you create. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop hesitating. Stop doubting. Start achieving. Start building momentum. Start proving to yourself that you are capable of more than you ever imagined. The more you accomplish, the more unstoppable you become. Confidence is not a gift. It is a skill, one that you develop through effort, through persistence, through refusing to give up. Take action, create wins, build evidence that you are someone who follows through. When you do this, confidence becomes inevitable. It is not about luck. It is not about talent. It is about what you do consistently. The power to build confidence is in your hands. Your achievements, no matter how small, are stepping stones to greater success. Each step forward reinforces belief in yourself. Keep moving, keep growing, keep achieving. Confidence is not something you wait for. It is something you build every single day through the actions you take. Number 8. Practice gratitude to appreciate life's blessings. Gratitude is the secret that transforms ordinary moments into extraordinary ones. It is the force that turns what we have into enough. And in doing so, it elevates our lives to a level of fulfillment and peace that most people are unknowingly missing. Imagine waking up every day with a sense of awe, appreciation, and a heart full of gratitude for everything you have, for everything you are. This simple yet powerful practice has the potential to radically shift the way you experience life. In a world that often pushes us to chase more, do more, and be more, practicing gratitude is an antidote. It reminds us that what we already have is already enough. Too often we overlook the small blessings, the warmth of the sun on our skin, the quiet moments of peace, the laughter of a friend, or the unconditional love from family. We get caught up in the pursuit of future goals, forgetting to appreciate the present. But when you learn to recognize the blessings that are already present, you change your whole perspective on life. Gratitude is not just about being thankful for the big wins or the obvious successes. It's about seeing the beauty and value in the small things, the day-to-day moments, the things that others might take for granted. It's about waking up every day and acknowledging the gifts that are already part of your life. The roof over your head, the food on your plate, the people who care about you, the breath in your lungs. These may seem insignificant in the grand scheme of things, but when you focus on them, you start to realize how rich your life really is. When you start practicing gratitude consistently, it rewires your brain to focus on abundance instead of lack. Most of us are conditioned to think about what we don't have, what we're missing, or what we still need to achieve in order to feel fulfilled. Gratitude shifts your focus away from scarcity and directs it toward abundance. It reminds you that you have more than enough right now. When you acknowledge what is already in your life, it opens the door to receiving even more. The universe has a way of bringing more blessings to those who recognize the ones they already have. The practice of gratitude also has a profound effect on our emotional well-being. When you cultivate a mindset of appreciation, you create a sense of peace within yourself. Gratitude naturally leads to greater contentment. It dissolves feelings of envy, jealousy, and discontent, replacing them with peace, satisfaction, and a sense of fulfillment. People who practice gratitude tend to be happier, less stressed, and more resilient in the face of adversity. Why? Because they are not fixated on what's wrong. They're focused on what's right, what's good, and what's already working in their favor. Gratitude also enhances your relationships. When you express appreciation for the people in your life, it strengthens your bond with them. It shows that you value them, that you see the good in them, and that you are grateful for their presence. This in turn encourages others to show more love and appreciation toward you. Imagine how much better your relationships could be if you took the time to truly acknowledge and appreciate the people who make your life better. A simple thank you can go a long way in deepening your connections and building stronger, more meaningful relationships. But the impact of gratitude goes beyond just feeling good or improving your relationships. It also positively affects your physical health. Studies have shown that gratitude can lower stress, reduce symptoms of depression, and even improve sleep. The more you focus on the positive, the less room there is for negativity to take hold. Gratitude brings a sense of calm, and that calm translates into better health. When you feel good emotionally, your body responds by functioning at its best. Gratitude is a powerful tool for improving both your mental and physical well-being. One of the most powerful aspects of gratitude is its ability to shift your mindset during tough times. It's easy to be thankful when everything is going well. But what about when life throws you a curveball? When challenges arise? When things don't go according to plan? Or when you're facing setbacks? It's more difficult to feel grateful. However, this is precisely when gratitude becomes most important. By focusing on what you can be thankful for, even in the midst of hardship, you create resilience. You cultivate a mindset that is not defined by your circumstances, but by your ability to find light in even the darkest moments. Gratitude is not just a feeling, it's a practice. It's not something that comes naturally to everyone, and it's something that requires discipline. But the more you practice it, the more it becomes a part of who you are. You start to see the world through the lens of gratitude, and everything in your life begins to reflect that. The more you appreciate, the more you receive to appreciate. It's a never-ending cycle of abundance. Start small if you have to. Begin with keeping a gratitude journal. Every night before bed, write down 3 things you're grateful for that day. They don't have to be big or life-changing. In fact, the small things often carry the most meaning. Maybe it's the kindness of a stranger, a beautiful sunset, or a cup of coffee that made your morning. As you get into the habit, you'll begin to notice more and more things to be thankful for. You'll start seeing blessings where you once saw only obstacles, and slowly but surely, your mindset will shift. Another powerful practice is to express your gratitude to others. Don't just think about how grateful you are. Tell the people in your life. Send a text, write a note, or simply say, "Thank you." Expressing gratitude to others not only strengthens your relationships, but it also amplifies your own feelings of appreciation. When you let someone know that you appreciate them, you're not just making their day, you're also reinforcing the positive energy in your own life. Gratitude is contagious. It spreads, and it lifts everyone it touches. Gratitude doesn't mean ignoring the challenges in your life. It's not about pretending that everything is perfect when it's not. Gratitude is about choosing to focus on what you can be thankful for, even when things aren't going your way. It's about finding peace in the midst of chaos, joy in the midst of struggle, and strength in the face of adversity. Life will always have ups and downs, but gratitude helps you maintain your sense of balance. It helps you stay grounded, even when the world around you feels unpredictable. If you can make gratitude a part of your daily routine, it will transform your life. It's a simple yet powerful practice that brings you into alignment with the abundance that already exists in your life. It will open your eyes to the blessings you may have been overlooking and remind you that you have everything you need to be happy and fulfilled right now. So start today. Start practicing gratitude and watch as your life begins to shift in ways you never imagined. Number 9, set clear goals and pursue them. When you set a clear goal, you create a roadmap that leads you from where you are to where you want to be. It's a powerful force that guides you, keeps you focused, and helps you push through the obstacles and challenges life throws your way. Without clear goals, it's easy to get lost, to wander aimlessly, and to feel like you're making no real progress. But when you set a goal, you're not just dreaming. You're preparing to take deliberate action to shape your future. Goals give you direction. They provide you with a reason to wake up every morning with purpose. They are your compass, guiding you through the noise and distractions of everyday life. When you know exactly where you're going, everything you do becomes more intentional. Every step you take, every decision you make is filtered through the lens of your goal. Without goals, it's like trying to drive a car without a map. You may get somewhere, but it's going to take a lot longer, and it might not be where you truly want to go. The key to achieving anything in life is not just having a dream, but making that dream tangible through clear, specific goals. These goals should be challenging, but they must also be realistic and achievable. You can't set a goal to run a marathon tomorrow if you haven't trained for it yet. Instead, break it down into smaller, manageable steps. Create short-term goals that lead to long-term success. When you do this, you don't get overwhelmed by the bigger picture. Instead, you focus on the next step in front of you, knowing that each one brings you closer to your ultimate objective. Setting goals is not a one-time thing. It's a continuous process of reevaluating and adjusting based on where you are and where you want to go. It's about constantly refining your goals to ensure that they align with your current values, priorities, and aspirations. Goals evolve as you do. They should challenge you, inspire you, and push you out of your comfort zone. But they should also be flexible enough to grow with you, adjusting as you learn more about yourself and the world around you. One of the most powerful things about setting clear goals is that they help you build momentum. Success breeds success. And when you start achieving the smaller goals you set for yourself, you build confidence and motivation to tackle the bigger ones. The process of achieving goals is not just about the end result. It's about the transformation that takes place along the way. As you achieve your goals, you become a stronger, more capable version of yourself. You build resilience, you develop new skills, and you learn to face challenges with determination and strength. When you set a goal, you must also have a plan of action. Goals without plans are just dreams, and dreams without action are nothing more than wishful thinking. The plan is where the rubber meets the road. It's the blueprint that outlines how you'll achieve your goal. A goal without a plan is like setting out on a journey without knowing how you're going to get there. You must be strategic, disciplined, and focused in executing your plan, making sure every action you take is moving you closer to your desired outcome. It's important to break down your goals into specific tasks and timelines. A goal is a destination, but the tasks are the steps that will get you there. These tasks should be actionable, measurable, and time-bound. For example, instead of setting a goal like "I want to get fit," break it down into smaller, more specific goals, such as "I will work out for 30 minutes every day for the next month." This gives you something concrete to focus on, and it allows you to track your progress along the way. Accountability is another key element when it comes to goal setting. It's easy to let ourselves off the hook when we don't have anyone else holding us accountable. But when you share your goals with someone else, it creates a sense of responsibility. Whether it's a friend, a mentor, or a coach, having someone to check in with can keep you on track and motivated. Sometimes just knowing that someone else is aware of your goals and progress is enough to push you to take consistent action. But even when no one else is looking, you must hold yourself accountable. This requires a high level of self-discipline and the ability to stay focused even when things get tough. There will always be distractions, setbacks, and moments of doubt. But it's during these moments that your true commitment to your goals is tested. The most successful people are not the ones who never face challenges. They are the ones who push through them, who remain committed even when the going gets tough. Another crucial aspect of goal setting is the ability to track your progress. Progress is not always linear, and sometimes the path to success can feel slow or even stagnant. But when you track your progress, it helps you stay motivated and see how far you've come. Tracking your progress can be as simple as keeping a journal, setting milestones, or using a planner. The important thing is that you have a tangible way to see the results of your hard work and dedication. Sometimes it's easy to lose sight of your goals in the face of everyday challenges. You may encounter obstacles, face self-doubt, or feel overwhelmed. But remember, the bigger the challenge, the greater the reward. It's in these moments that you must dig deep and find the strength to keep going. Remind yourself why you set the goal in the first place. What was the driving force behind it? What will achieving this goal do for you, your life, and the people around you? Reconnect with your purpose and let that fuel your determination. One of the most important things to keep in mind when pursuing goals is that failure is not the end. It's just a lesson. No one achieves success without facing failure along the way. Failure is not a reflection of your worth. It's simply part of the process. Each setback is an opportunity to learn, grow, and improve. If you fail, don't give up. Adjust your plan, refine your approach, and try again. The only real failure comes when you stop trying. Setting clear goals is a practice that can be applied to every area of your life, whether it's your career, your health, your personal growth, or your relationships. Goals provide structure and purpose, and they help you prioritize what matters most. They give you the clarity and focus you need to stay on track, even when the road gets tough. By setting clear goals, taking consistent action, and staying accountable, you create the foundation for success in every area of your life. In the end, it's not about just reaching the destination. It's about the person you become along the way. The process of pursuing your goals transforms you. It teaches you discipline, resilience, and the power of persistence. It shows you that you are capable of far more than you ever imagined. So set your goals high, stay focused, and take action. The road may not always be easy, but the rewards of achieving your dreams are worth every step. Number 10, reflect on your actions to improve daily. The key to constant growth lies in reflection. It's the act of taking a step back, looking at where you've been, and understanding what's worked, what hasn't, and what needs to be adjusted. Reflection is not just about examining the past, but about transforming that examination into a catalyst for the future. It's about consistently looking at your actions, the choices you've made, and the results you've achieved to gain a clearer understanding of how to evolve and improve every day. Reflecting on your actions isn't just for the big moments. It's for the small, seemingly insignificant decisions too. Every choice you make has an impact on your journey. The smallest shift in perspective or action can lead to massive changes down the road. When you reflect, you're not just focusing on what went wrong or right. You're understanding the underlying patterns of your behavior and thinking. It allows you to see how you operate in different situations and what adjustments can be made to enhance your growth. If you want to improve, reflecting on your actions is non-negotiable. It's about taking ownership of your choices and recognizing the lessons embedded in each experience. Reflection helps you fine-tune your approach. It's about asking yourself the tough questions. Did I give it my all today? Was I disciplined? Did I stay true to my purpose? Was I resilient in the face of challenges? These questions aren't meant to judge you. They're meant to help you assess your progress and get clear on what needs to be done next. The act of reflection holds immense power because it forces you to face the truth. It removes the illusion of success without effort and places you in a position of responsibility. When you reflect honestly, you stop looking for external reasons why things didn't go your way. Instead, you look within. You realize that you have the power to change and influence your life with every action you take. You become aware that improvement doesn't happen by accident. It's the result of conscious, deliberate actions. Reflection isn't just about reviewing failures, though. It's also about celebrating your successes. No matter how small, every victory, whether it's sticking to your morning routine or handling a difficult situation with grace, is worth acknowledging. When you take the time to reflect on these successes, you remind yourself of your capabilities. You reinforce your confidence and build the momentum needed to take on even bigger challenges. By celebrating small wins, you not only feel better, but also create a pattern of success that propels you forward. But here's the thing. It's not enough to just reflect. Reflection must lead to action. Without action, reflection becomes a wasted effort. Reflection gives you the insights, but it's up to you to turn those insights into actionable steps for improvement. For example, if you realize that you didn't stick to your plan today, don't just note it down and move on. Acknowledge the mistake, but also identify how you'll do it differently next time. Maybe it's about planning your day more effectively, or recognizing your triggers that cause the slip-up. Reflection is the start of a conversation with yourself that needs to lead to a commitment to do better. Improvement happens in the gaps between your daily actions. It's about refining, adjusting, and tweaking your approach. Reflection allows you to identify those gaps. It lets you see where you can go deeper, work smarter, and push further. When you don't reflect, you remain on autopilot, doing the same things over and over again, without understanding why or how it affects your growth. You don't get better because you don't take the time to examine your own behavior and thought patterns. Reflection creates awareness. When you reflect, you gain clarity about where you stand and where you're headed. You get to witness your own evolution, which is one of the most powerful forms of motivation. Awareness breeds action. Once you're aware of what's holding you back, it becomes easier to take control and make the necessary changes. But this process requires patience. It requires the willingness to slow down, take a deep breath, and review what's happening on a deeper level. Without reflection, we live in a constant state of reaction. We respond to life without truly thinking about why we're responding the way we do. Reflection allows you to break free from this cycle. It gives you the ability to act with intention. When you pause and reflect, you can choose to respond rather than just react. You stop letting life happen to you and instead start creating your own reality. It's a shift from passivity to active participation in your own growth. A great example of how reflection improves daily life can be seen in the process of journaling. By keeping a journal, you create a space to reflect on your day, your experiences, and your emotions. This practice not only helps you understand what happened, but also provides clarity on how you can do better tomorrow. You begin to recognize patterns in your behavior, triggers that influence your actions, and insights into your strengths and weaknesses. Journaling can act as your personal mirror, reflecting your innermost thoughts and helping you navigate your journey with more purpose. Reflection is also about feedback, both from within yourself and from others. You can't always see the full picture on your own. Sometimes it takes someone else to point out things you've missed. This is why it's important to seek feedback from those around you, whether it's a mentor, a friend, or a colleague. External feedback can help you spot blind spots and guide you toward better decisions. Reflection combined with feedback creates a powerful force for growth because it combines self-awareness with external perspectives. This holistic approach allows you to see yourself clearly and make the necessary adjustments for growth. Over time, consistent reflection leads to personal transformation. The more you reflect, the more you learn about yourself. The more you learn about yourself, the more control you have over your life. Reflection makes you accountable for your actions, which is the foundation for building discipline. You become more mindful in the decisions you make, more intentional in your actions, and more resilient when facing challenges. With every reflection, you sharpen your self-awareness, deepen your sense of responsibility, and increase your capacity for growth. And as you improve, you also start to inspire others. When you reflect on your actions and grow from them, you become an example for others to follow. Your growth isn't just for you. It has a ripple effect on those around you. Your family, friends, colleagues, and community all benefit from your personal development. As you get better, you naturally help others get better. You share what you've learned, and in doing so, you create an environment of continuous improvement and growth. The best part about reflection is that it's something you can start doing right now. You don't need special tools or complex systems, just the willingness to be honest with yourself. Commit to reflecting on your day, your actions, and your choices. Look for the lessons in every experience and identify areas where you can improve. Keep doing this consistently, and you'll find yourself on a path of continuous growth. Remember, improvement is a lifelong journey, and reflection is the key to staying on course. Keep reflecting, keep growing, and keep evolving into the best version of yourself.